Yeah, this is Dave from cheapbooks.com playing World of Tanks. The tank is the IS6. This is a Russian Tier 8 heavy tank, and the map is Westfield. This is also a replay. This is a game that I played yesterday. Today is probably July 19th, 2015. I'm working on a mission which is called Sturdy Armor or something like that, where you have to use damage blocked by armor. You have to block their shots with your armor. When you play on this map, you don't want to go over the top of the hill. You want to stay as low as possible.
Ready to fire. Enemy armor is hit.
And this isn't the top of the hill, but you have to be very careful here.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Oh, he's got one hit point left. Okay, right there's an example that AMX CDC, what he's doing is not that smart. It's a very foolish way to play. If you have really good gun depression, it can work to shoot at tanks that are far away, but all of these tanks that are nearby, we could all do damage. We could do serious damage to that tank, and he might not be able to hit us without even exposing himself more. So you don't want to drive like that. You want to stay in these low areas that are where all of my allies are. And let's continue the game.
Target acquired. Target released.
This was a very confusing game because I was obviously flanked all the time. So I was always looking around to see what was going on. Okay.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
First kill of the day. There are too many tanks in this location where I am, and it makes it difficult for everybody.
Enemy is hit.
And they're not even nobody's watching our back, so it's not the best playing technique. Someone should have been watching our rear flank.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
Okay, so that's 2 kills. And I haven't taken any damage yet.
We didn't penetrate their armor.
Now remember, I said you should not go over the top of a hill. That's the reason why. This guy is so vulnerable. I could hit him anywhere on this lower part or even underneath and do easily penetrate over here. But apparently my shot missed. But he really has himself exposed to me and the KV-2. It's a very risky move. You don't want to be in that position. It's better to be in the lower position where me and the KV-2 is. Even though it's a small crest, he really did expose himself. Now, that's the reason why. As you can see, as he was starting to disappear, I could have gotten a shot in, but his gun was pointed up in the air. So he never would have been able to shoot back at me, and I would have been able to shoot at him. If you reverse it and he's advancing up that ridge, I would have been able to shoot him long before he would have been able to shoot me. And if you look at what the T-34 is doing, he's got the right idea. This is the right technique when you're at the top of a hill. You want to try to go around the way he is so that his gun depression is always the same. You know, his gun depression never changes as he goes around the hill. And if he's coming up against another tank, they should be equal. When he does this maneuver, look at my positioning. I'm exposing the side of my tank, which I don't like doing, but he would not be exposing the side of his tank. That's the reason why you do this technique. And you do this technique on any map that has a slope. If you see, you'll see me do it on Arctic region all the time, and on cliff. The other thing that you want to do is, you see how my gun is pointed? You want your gun to be pointed over the corner of your tank. So basically what I need to do is take the corner of my tank and turn it so that my gun is pointing over the corner, which would mean that the angle that he would be hitting at would be at a 45-degree angle. It would have been safer for me in terms of my armor. Wow, he got a nice shot in.
Target acquired. We didn't even
Ooh, that
scratch them.
sucks.
Where'd they go?
Now, obviously, he's in a bad position. Well, I guess if I weren't here, he'd be in a good position, because he'd be somewhat protected from all these tanks over here. But I could easily nail him. I don't think he'd be able to hit me back. I'm not sure if he would be able to. I don't think his gun depression would be good enough, but I certainly can hit him. And you can see right there, the moment that I hit him, his gun was in the air. Even though it isn't now that he's dead. So that's why it's very vulnerable. You don't want to go over those hills. So we got 2 kills. I think this was a game where I had to go back to the base and kill whoever was on the cap or something like that.
Ready to fire. Permission to engage. Let's find another target.
That shot obviously hit the grass.
Enemy armor is hit.
Now, you'll notice that somebody hit me from off in that direction, and I remembered that. When the game continued, I think there was a tank that was out there. Maybe it was the E-25. And there's another shot from out there.
One of our tracks. Enemy vehicle destroyed. Our fuel's hit. We've lost half our gas. Target acquired. Track hit. The turret ring is damaged. We can barely turn it. Penetration. They're knocked out.
Okay, so that's 4 kills.
Ready to fire. Penetration.
Now again, I like to use the auto aim so I can see the full view of the game.
Target lost.
And I only use the manual when I really am not worried about who else is around, or if I really want to have a pinpoint accurate shot.
Target acquired.
Like this one, I would not use the manual aim.
Enemy is hit.
Wow, look at that. I think I left him with 1 hit point. So that was 2 tanks that I left.